You in the back, come on up. All right, I see by my handy-dandy watch it is 11 a.m. Atlantic time right here in Charlottetown, and we're going to get things underway. Folks, I really appreciate you joining us today. My name is Al Cameron. I'm the Director of Communication and Media Relations for Curling Canada, and today I get to be the Director of handing out some excellent news for the City of Charlottetown and the Province of Prince Edward Island. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce Mi'kmaq storyteller, actor, drummer, best-selling author, and the first Indigenous Poet Laureate for Prince Edward Island, Julie Pelletier-Lush, to bring a blessing to open the event.
Gwe, Jalasi, and Deluisi Julie. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Julie Pelletier-Lush, and this is Tate, who is going to be helping me with a welcoming song, a friendship song, to start this off in a really good way. And I am Mi'kmaq, and I reside in this beautiful, unceded territory known as Mi'kma'ki, and I'd like to welcome all of you with peace and friendship. And to start us off in a good way, I just would like to make sure that we acknowledge the Creator, and we ask the Creator to be with us here today, to allow our eyes to see the beauty around us, to allow our ears to hear the things we need to see, to allow our mouth to say the truths that are so important, to let our mind to think good thoughts most of the day, and to allow our heart to know that each and every one of us is loved. So to start this off in a really good way, Tate and I are going to share a friendship song celebrating all the great things that are going to be happening. It is called Uehaya. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie and Tate. And on behalf of Curling Canada, I'd like to acknowledge that the land upon which Charlottetown sits is unceded Mi'kmaq territory. Ebegwed, or Prince Edward Island, as this land has become known, is covered by the historic treaties of peace and friendship. We pay our respects to the Indigenous Mi'kmaq people, past, present, and future, who have occupied this island for over 12,000 years and whose culture has remained vital over centuries of environmental and social change. Indigenous people are the traditional stewards of the land, and we thank them for the opportunity to host this event on Mi'kmaq territory. It really is my privilege to be here today representing Curling Canada, our Board of Governors, and our staff on what really is an exciting day for the sport of curling here in Charlottetown. J'ai le plaisir et le privilège de représenter Curling Canada, notre conseil de gouverneurs et nos employés aujourd'hui en cette journée excitante pour le curling at Charlottetown. So listen, you've all waited long enough to hear these words that I'm about to say, so let's get on with it. I'm absolutely thrilled to announce that the 2027 Scotties Tournament of Hearts will be played right here in Charlottetown. The boxes make it official, doesn't it? I feel like Robbie Doherty should be up here imitating The Rock and giving us a finally, the Scotties is back in Charlottetown. I want you to get out your phone calendars and lock down February 12th to 21st, 2027 to be here right here at the Eastlink Center for the 2027 Scotties. I don't need to tell you that there's a ton of people in this room and some people out of this room who worked really hard to make today's announcement happen, and I want to tell you about some of them. The city of Charlottetown has a rich history with this event, as many of you know. It today sets a record. This will be the 5th time that Charlottetown has hosted the Scotties. And it was clear very on in the bidding process that Mayor Philip Brown and Council were engaged and eager to bring the Scotties back to town for the record 5th time. Mayor Brown, I want to thank you for your support. And throw a big shout out to the folks behind the scenes, the team that really worked so hard with me to make today's happen, particularly Wayne Long, Charlotte Nicholson, and Laurel Lee. Job extremely well done, all of you. Thank you. Our thanks also to the province of Prince Edward Island for its support. With us today is the Honourable Zach Bell, the Minister of Fisheries, Tourism, Sport and Culture. Minister Bell, I know I'm calling you Minister Bell. You said call you Zach, but I'm Minister Bell. Your support is truly, truly appreciated. Thank you. You know, as a national sport organization, we are blessed to have member associations such as the one you have here, Curl Prince Edward Island. They share our vision and desire to continue building our sport for everyone to enjoy. The curling community here is particularly fortunate to have a passionate administrator like Executive Director Amy Duncan. I understand Amy was honored recently for her 15 years of service to Curl PEI, and Amy, my friend, extremely, extremely well deserved. And I want to thank you and your colleagues at Curl PEI for everything you do to make our sport better. I'll have more to say about Kruger Products later, but when I tell you that there is no more loyal and supportive sponsor of women's sports in Canada, it's nowhere near an exaggeration. Scotties Tournament of Hearts is the biggest, the most famous national women's curling championship on the planet, and Kruger Products is the biggest reason why, and we thank them sincerely for their partnership. When I tell you there was a lot of bids for this event, there were a lot of bids. I got to tell you that the Scotties is probably the most coveted curling event because so many cities have the capability of hosting it. Not many have the capability of hosting it well. This city has proven time and time again that it knows how to host major sporting events. And I believe there's going to be a short video that shows a little bit of the history of some of these events here in Charlottetown. And you can count on some curling being edited into that video in the next few weeks, and there will be some included in that 2027 Scotties, I guarantee it. I want to thank all the other cities that submitted bids for this event, but someone had to win, and they won for a very good reason, and a big reason why is the gentleman who's about to speak. I'd like to introduce His Worship Philip Brown, the Mayor of Charlottetown, to bring greetings on behalf of the city.
Merci beaucoup, Al. C'est très un grand plaisir que vous êtes ici à Charlottetown pour cette annonce aujourd'hui. I do want to acknowledge before I start our Deputy Mayor, Alana Yankoff. I see the chair of the Economic Development and Tourism Standing Committee, Councillor Terry Bernard, and I think a member of the committee is Councillor John McAleer. This is exciting, and I love the image in behind me. This is the image that shows what Charlottetown is. It's a historic city that is noted for its birth of a nation, birth of Confederation, 1864, dates back further to the first French settlement in Port-le-Joie. We are an historic city, so this is a great fit. And John Abbott, who is the CEO of this facility, this was built for the Canada Games in 1991, has kept this facility up to a high grade, and you can see that we are able to host again the Scotties tournament. And I like to pat the box too. That's a great way to sort of get in tune with this. So we are proud to host this prestigious event for the record 5th time. And look at the dates. 1973. 100th anniversary of Prince Edward Island entering Confederation. 1984, 120th anniversary of the Charlottetown Conference. In 1999, I remember that because that was the year before I ran for council the first time. So I think that was an election event. And 2011, it was a great event, but today is 2025, and very excited to see this come to us in 2027. This event, as Al knows quite well, brings an impressive $6 to $8 million of economic impact in the shoulder tourism season and comes with 70 hours plus of coverage on TSN. A winning bid of this magnitude is no small feat, especially in such a highly competitive national landscape. The Scotties rank among the top 5 events in the country, and this achievement is a testament to the strength of our community, the City of Charlottetown, the Capital Region, the Province of Prince Edward Island, and our commitment to excellence. Charlottetown is known as a premier sport hosting destination in Canada, our beloved country. Our economic, tourism, and cultural development team proudly led the winning bid through our sport tourism initiative, SCORE, a project that has been several years in the making. So I want to do a big shout out for Wayne Long, Laura Lee, and Charlotte Nicholson for a job well done, whose leadership was instrumental in securing the hosting opportunity. And a sincere thanks to Al, to Curling Canada, for placing their trust in Charlottetown as a premier, multi-award winning sport event hosting destination. And I cannot go without saying we are very grateful to Curl PEI. Now, I know Amy Duncan, I know her mom and dad, so that's that good old PEI connection. So Amy was out to dinner with us last night, made some connection, but Amy has done a great deal of work to get this event here. So Amy, thank you for your strong endorsement and ongoing support throughout the bidding process. Now we go to the people that make our great city, and to that, and I want to acknowledge the following: Wayne, Laurel, Charlotte, City of Charlottetown, Amy Duncan, Curl PEI, John Abbott, Eastlink Center, Carly Mayu, I think she's moved on, but she was with the Eastlink Center, Suzanne Burt, Peter Glant, an old neighbor of mine, champion curling coach, Nicole Phillips, I see Nicole out there, Charlottetown Curling Community, and my good friend, Cecil Villard, and it's noted here, Cecil Villard as an avid curler and a so-so golfer. John Cudmore, Hotel Association of Prince Edward Island, thank you, John. Kent McPhee, business community. Kelly Murphy, seasoned curling event organizer. This list clearly amplifies collaboration, cooperation, and finding consensus to get the job done. So thank you for this group, for your dedicated work on securing this main event. Finally, I want to thank the Government of Prince Edward Island, our friends down at the Shaw Building, especially Tourism PEI for their support of our bid and our event hosting efforts. Ticket and volunteer information will be released early in 2026, so stay tuned. And finalement, Je suis très heureux que je suis ici comme un représentant de la ville de Charlottetown, même pour la région de Charlottetown. Et je suis très, très, très excité pour 2027. C'est l'hiver de 2027 pour les tournées de Scotties. Merci beaucoup. Bonne journée. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Poor Cecil didn't expect to come here and take some shrapnel about his golf game. Holy smokes. Gotta like that. I was actually here in 2011 for that 2011 Scotties Tournament of Hearts. I was on the other side of the fence. I was a sports writer back in the day, and I have a lot of great memories of that event, both from the way that Charlottetown hosted the event, vague memories of time spent over there in the patch, a little hazy, but it's coming back to me as I see it in here today. So I had such fond memories of coming to Charlottetown and to Prince Edward Island. Every time I've been here, it's just been an amazing experience. And big reason why is the government of Prince Edward Island just knows what to do to make events happen. And to bring greetings from the province, I'd like to introduce the Honourable Zach Bell, the Minister of Fisheries, Tourism, Sport and Culture.
Thank you very much, Al. Merci tout le monde pour l'invitation pour être ici ce matin. It is an absolute pleasure here. Just to echo His Worship's comments, this is amazing, and it's just so nice to see that Charlottetown will be the record-setting city for hosting the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. That's what we do. As I've taken over this role and again, there's a lot of through the different departments, through tourism, through sport, through culture, and fisheries, they intertwine so well. And the resounding theme that I hear from so many people is that PEI and the city of Charlottetown are just such great hosts, and people get excited to come to PEI. And I think Philip, or your worship, I do think you recognized everyone, but I do see two of my former colleagues at the radio station there, Dylan McKee and Scott Chapman, and we were here in 2011, and it was just such an amazing event. You talk to the locals, and they said, oh my goodness, this is awesome that we're hosting this here in Charlottetown. And you talk to the visitors, and the visitors said, this is awesome. When are you guys hosting again? So we did have to wait a little bit of time, 2027, but it is amazing. So I do want to say that this is a very exciting day for Prince Edward Island and for our beautiful capital city of Charlottetown, and for, of course, the curling fans across the country. On behalf of the government of Prince Edward Island, I am absolutely thrilled to see us host this event in 2027. As Suzanne would know, I see her there, it's not just a championship, but it is a showcase of the best women's curling talent, a celebration of Canadian sport. It brings together the passionate communities for the love of the game. And of course, there is no better place than PEI to have that here. For generations, curling has been a cherished tradition for Islanders, the small town rinks to the national podiums, the athletes, the volunteers, and of course the fans. They show the time and again what it means to play with such passion and pride. Hosting the Scotties will give us the opportunity to share that passion with all of Canada and of course the rest of the world. One thing too, and I do give Kent McDonald, the CEO of Tourism Charlottetown, and I notice a lot of the partners and a lot of the tourism operators in the room, and one of the biggest things that we've done is try to expand outside of our traditional July and August seasons, and having an event in February in Prince Edward Island, having the hotels full, having the restaurants full, it's just such a great opportunity, and we're so glad to partner with the city of Charlottetown. I think that is about it. I did have a few more notes, but I know that our next speaker probably wanted to add on to her speech a little bit. So I do want to again just say thank you so much for all the work to the city. I know your worship, you mentioned all of your team, and I do want to thank my team as well. I see Trent here, I see Kent and Brody, and we've been able to work so well together to try to attract these premier events and do such an amazing job of hosting them that we want to have them again. So on behalf of the government of PEI, again, thank you all for coming here today. This is such exciting news for not only the city, but for the province. And again, thank you very much. Thank you, Al.
a few more words about Kruger products, and our next speaker will be able to tell you just about how special playing in a Scotties is. Two of our next speakers, as a matter of fact, because they've both done it. There's nothing like the passion and the loyalty that our athletes show for Kruger products and their products. 46 years. Think about national sporting events in this country and how many have had a sponsor for 46 years, men or women. Around the world, how many can you think of? And Kruger's, their sponsorship for our sport goes beyond what's going to take place here at the Eastlink Centre in 2027. They're sponsoring an up-and-coming program called Girls Rock to get young female athletes engaged in our sport, and it's going to put our sport in such a good place for years and years to come. So I really, truly do want to thank Kruger Products and their Chief Marketing Officer, Susan Irving, for everything they've done for our sport. And I mentioned our next speaker has a little bit of experience playing in the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. And with no further ado, I'd like to introduce 14 times Scotties Prince Edward Island rep, Suzanne Bird.
So that's very important. Good morning, everybody. I'll try to keep this short for you all today. I feel like I could curl in front of 1 million people and not be as nervous as speaking in front of just a few. Hearing this announcement today, we come together to witness and be able to host such an extraordinary event for Charlottetown. When I learned that Charlottetown was going to be in the running to host the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, I was completely blown away and felt a huge sense of pride. Not only as an athlete who has competed at this event, but for the city of Charlottetown as well. Hosting the Scotties Tournament of Hearts is not just about the thrill of the game of curling itself, but about the unity, the pride, and the bringing our community together for 10 days of unforgettable magic. Whether it be through volunteering, cheering, dreaming, or inspiring the next generation of athletes, this event will be a celebration of our spirit. Let's not forget the entertainment it can bring to all, not only for the 10 days on the ice right here at the Eastlink Centre, but also out and about in multiple establishments within our great community and our entire province. When Charlottetown hosted back in 1999, I was a 17-year-old who idolized the women competing at that event. Watching those incredible athletes firsthand instilled in me many values and goals to work towards in my own curling future. Fast forward to 2003, when I competed in my first Scotties Tournament of Hearts, I was able to experience the magnitude of the prestigious event for the very first time, and it was absolutely thrilling. At that time, I never imagined I would compete at this event so many times. And then fast forward to 2011, Charlottetown hosted the Scotties once again. This time, I wasn't just a teenager watching with goals and dreams. My team and I were able to represent PEI, and I was living out those goals and dreams by competing right here in Charlottetown, with the love and support from family, friends, and even complete strangers. That Scotties will definitely be etched in my memory for a very, very long time. Now, as we prepare to host this incredible event once more, volunteering can be a fantastic way to contribute to the success of the event. Not to mention that you'd be able to see up close and personal what these athletes can really do. There's a lot of excitement to look forward to, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. Thank you to Curling Canada for putting your faith and trust in us. 2027 Scotties Tournament of Hearts will be something very special to experience. So thank you all for coming out today and hearing this very exciting announcement. Thank you.
I have some very, very good memories of being at that 2003 Scotties for Suzanne's debut as a reporter. And when I tell you that she has represented this province with grace and professionalism, that's no understatement. She is truly a special person. This building, some of its history has been mentioned, and it is a superb building for events such as the Scotties. But you've got a main tenant here, the Charlottetown Islanders, and we're asking them to leave town for a couple weeks, right in the thick of a hockey season, and that's no easy ask of a hockey team. And I do truly want to thank the Charlottetown Islanders for their commitment to helping make this event happen. And the president of hockey operations, Jason McLean, I believe is here somewhere. Jason, thank you. Thank you for your support of this event and for making room for us for a couple weeks. Thank you so much. We mentioned our partners at Curl PEI and all the great things they do in this province, and not just building curling in this province, but contributing to building curling across the country. And the president of Curl PEI shares that commitment, but she's also an athlete, and she's played in this event the last 2 years as the Prince Edward Island champion, so she will have a few things to say about that too, I'm sure. I'd like to introduce Jane DiCarlo, the president of Curl PEI.
Good morning, everybody. On behalf of Curl PEI, I want to thank the City of Charlottetown, the Province of PEI, Kruger Products, and Curling Canada for bringing the Scotties Tournament of Hearts to our community. Hosting here in PEI is really exciting, but also inspiring. I know for myself, I started curling because of events like this. I'd watch my heroes on TV and dream to be just like them someday. The Scotties is about more than just curling. It's also the opportunity it creates for women and girls in sports. Again, something that Kruger Products, Curling Canada, Curl PEI, we're all working together towards. I feel so lucky to have experienced playing in the Scotties the last 2 years myself. I have been involved with Curl PEI for about 5 years now, and I have seen firsthand how our community of volunteers, PEI, Charlottetown, come together for events big or small. I'm looking forward to showcasing to the top curlers in Canada how PEI and the East Coast will create such a memorable, a fun, and a really outstanding experience. So thank you all.
All right, that just about wraps it up. I hope it was worth the wait. Couple of bookkeeping items, as His Worship mentioned, tickets and volunteer information. That'll be made available early 2026. I'm sure your box office is going to start ringing off the hook right away, but early 2026. But for those who want to get first crack at things, you can sign up on the Curling Canada Collective. If you Google Curling Canada Collective, you'll be able to sign up and you'll get email updates on when those information and opportunities become available. Media, you'll want to do some interviews, I'm sure, but if I could ask all of the speakers to come up here for some photos right quick, and then we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll do some media scrums. There is lunch and refreshments served back over there where Charlotte is. Wave your hand, Charlotte. There will be lunch and refreshments there. And again, on behalf of Curling Canada, our sincere congratulations to all of you, and we'll see you back here at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts in 2027. Thanks, everyone.